What's going on, beautiful people? This is my studio. I've got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. We've got different projects going on, big projects actually. But I thought it'd be a good time to just show you around and show you everything. It's been a while. Lots of different new tanks have come in since the last time I did a tour. Certain tanks are doing really well, some not so much, but we can go through that right now. And I think it might be best to start with the current rendition of the big 8-foot tank. I say this is starting to look really fantastic now, but it's not been without its struggles. So the nymphoides you can see here, that's the the really nice green plant growing all the way up to the top. That has never struggled at all. The fish have always done brilliantly, and they just look fantastic. The angels look taking centre stage. Looks so good. And then you've also got the keyhole cichlids. Oh, and a nice little cory there at the front as well. Look at that, that looks fantastic. So yeah, this is a very calm, nice tank because all the species just seem to get along really well together. Now the issue I was having was the background stems. You can see them poking through now, nice and red. But yeah, you see the tips of their stems there? They are like looking really healthy, but the bottom parts are all kind of scraggly. Now the reason for that is because I took them from another tank that wasn't doing too well in the hope this one would rejuvenate them. And it struggled a lot to start with. And it wasn't until I switched out to the current lights I'm using that it's really starting to take off now. Today's video is sponsored by API and Aquarian, so thank you very much, guys. I use Leaf Zone to keep my plants looking luscious and amazing. Quick start for adding fish when I first set up a tank to make sure everything's safe for them. Root tabs down in the substrate system to make sure the roots got everything they need. Freshwater master test kit for ongoing testing and on startup, very important. AquaClear for making sure that my water is crystal clear. And AquaEssential for purifying my tap water so everything is safe for my fish. Aquarian also offers a range of foods that I use for feeding my fish. My cichlids absolutely love these pellets. Watch this. Some are breeding at the back at the moment. Come on then, guys. Chuck some back as well. They just go nuts for it. Doesn't even get to touch the floor. And then I've also got the algae wafers here, which I use for my plecos. So yeah, this is one of my pleco tanks. Look at that brilliant female albino there. Albino bristlenose. There's actually lots more in there, all hidden underneath the algae and stuff, which just works really well for this setup. So yeah, I just put a couple of wafers in there because there is quite a few. We're not seeing them all at the moment, but there is. A couple of algae wafers. I also feed pellets and different things as well for them. They get a mixture of food because everyone thinks that albinos just want, algae wafers. They don't. They'll have a good mixture. They really do tend to love the algae wafers though. You can tell there. That albino bristlenose knows something's in the water and making its way over to where the food is. Awesome. So yeah, thank you very much to API and Aquarium for sponsoring this video. Now back to the tour. I'm trying to film the stems in the background. Look, then you can see I just put a load of new ones in that have just started going really well since then. You can really see the difference between the plants that were struggling and now doing well on the top, and ones from a good tank that have now gone in. So yeah, that's all gonna come along really, really good now, I can just tell. But that's me being overly fussy about the whole thing, because if you just stand back and enjoy it, I mean, what's not to love? It's not the best rendition I've ever done of the 8-foot tank. The best one I did was probably the first one, and that's because I had like 2 CO2 systems on it. Well, this is running with no CO2. And I think that's something like, you could be proud of that in your own home. Especially when I have people come into the studio, people that come to visit me or, my in-laws, whatever. When my wife's dad comes in and has a look at this tank, he's just always blown away. He thinks it's absolutely amazing. And I'm sometimes probably a bit too harsh on myself because you're always comparing to your very, very best. But then that's the thing. It's not going to be the very, very best without the CO2. And you just have to accept that plants grow a little bit differently, not quite as compact, but when you look at the overall health, it's pretty darn good. The Anubias has still got a bit of like scum on it from all the old leaves since startup, but now that it's starting to balance out, you can see all of the new leaves coming through. That one's been chewed, but yeah, that one as well behind it, that new leaves sprouting through. Within another couple of months, it's going to look great. Because currently this is only 2 months old. Not even that actually, just shy of 2 months. And I think that's pretty good going considering that. I mean, I did plant heavy, but every single plant apart from the stems at the back has absolutely taken off. I mean, even the Java ferns there, they're just like doubled in size probably and looking so vibrant and healthy. And here's the main thing. Look at the fish. They all absolutely love it. And, that's what it's for really, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's for the fish to really enjoy. I don't think they care if a couple of the stems are a little bit scraggly, do they? All healthy and growing rapidly. What I am very, very pleased about is, see this koi here? It has actually now grown up to match the size of my original angels. So you can see over here on this side, these were like some of the angels I got so long ago. Like, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 years ago I've had these angels for now. They're just absolute stunning specimens as well. They came from a larger group. That one there actually was part of the group as well. We had a couple of the really, really small ones that didn't make it. I mean, when you get a larger group, you're always going to get a few weaker ones, and these were the absolute solid ones. I mean, they've had the camellanus worms, and they've pulled through that and everything. Yeah, super strong. Then we've got some other smaller ones that I got for a separate tank recently, but I wanted to put them all together. Just decent amount of numbers, a little bit of pecking going on there. That's because obviously I'm quite close to the aquarium, and they're all expecting food at any moment. I'll tell you what, let's give them some food, because it's always fun to watch, isn't it? Okay guys, there it is. A lot of fish in here, so you need a decent amount. I've basically made a pile in the middle there, and as they sort of fight amongst it, look, smaller pieces all fall down, and the smaller fish can all get fed as well. It's literally a pecking order right in front of us. I'll probably feed a bit more than that as well, because look how quickly that's gone. The bigger fish do need a bit more of a chunkier diet, so we'll give them some pellets as well. But what I like is, look, when you put the flake in like that, look, there's just tiny microscopic bits going everywhere, and all those smaller fish can all get a feed. And it obviously works well, because all the species are doing well, you know, irrelevant of their size. Oh, it's such a nice tank. I like it. So easy as well. I've not done anything. Not done anything since I set it up. I think a couple of water changes, wipe the glass every now and again with the magnet, and that's it. Another tank I wanted to show you guys was this bowl here, because it kind of encapsulates like my favourite part of fish keeping really, and what I really enjoy doing the most. Now this bowl has got no filter on it at all. The only thing it has got tech-wise is the light, which is an older Chihiros model that doesn't even, you can't even buy this specific one anymore. I kind of jerry-rigged it all up and everything, because there wasn't any specific stands for it back when it came out. But it does grow plants really, really well. So you can see here we've got fish in here. I know, controversial, some people say, putting fish into a bowl. But I think that stems from back in the day when people used to put big goldfish in a bowl, and obviously, well, they don't always die. Some of them are very hardy and can live for a long time. But for me personally, having small enders like this in a bowl is absolutely fine, and they seem to enjoy it. They kind of swim around a lot better than a square sort of tank. And if there was any worry of them, or like everything was magnified outside and they were all like scared or anything, there's no way I could go up to the tank like this, look. But without them completely panicking, but they're all right there. So how is this bowl running then without any filter? Because some of you might be new here and don't know that's something that I do. But basically there's a full substrate system. See if I can get it to show. Yeah, look, that's quite a good example. Look at all the root systems in that bottom substrate there, which is basically, they've got 2 layers. You've got a sort of soil and aquatic compost layer right at the bottom, the darker bit, then it's capped off with the sand, and then you plant all the plants into the sand and the roots just grow down. And I've got so many nutrients in there that it just keeps going and going. Because other than when I first set this up, like I haven't done any water changes, like ever. There's just been no need. It's always crystal clear. The surface is just completely clear as well. And because of the footprint of the top, it doesn't really evaporate that much. I'd say I only top this up like once every 3 weeks to 4 weeks, because it doesn't really evaporate very fast at all. I mean, the room's heated, so the water temperature is the same temperature as the room. And also there's very little surface agitation, so you tend to not get any evaporation. But it's just a bunch of very, very easy growing plants. They grow slowly, just because, just the nature of like when you do it this way. But if you can be patient, you eventually get this little world like this. That I just think it's amazing. It's always interesting to look at. And to be honest, if you could put this near like a natural light source, like near a window or something like that, you wouldn't even need the light, and these plants would definitely still grow, and it would be an amazing sort of, I think it'd be a cool centerpiece in the table as well. Always something going on. We've got snails, we've got handlers, and we've got shrimp as well, and all of those breed. So yeah, it's interesting to just see it evolve, find its own balance, and it's exactly what I like most about the hobby. And what would a tour of the studio be without showing off this absolutely magnificent turtle we've got here? This is Timmy, many of you know him. He's an absolute fine specimen of a musk turtle. So musk turtles, they stay really, really small. I mean, he's especially small, but look at the beauty, look at the shell. That is a healthy shell. See how there's no like pyramiding, it's flat, it's so nice colours and everything on it. Look at that. You are a handsome man, aren't you? Just a really, really nice looking turtle. Currently begging for food, and what you find with turtles is that they are always hungry, just like fish, and if you overfeed them, they will still eat it, so you've got to be a little bit careful with it. Now, I feed him a mixture of foods, but look, he really likes these pellets, and he's a little bit derpy sometimes. They'll be right in front of him. I tend to give 5 at a time, so he still looks at me, and I kind of have to point at it, look, so he sees it, and he still didn't see it. You'll see it in a second. No, buddy, they're right there. They are right here, look. There we go. There we go. You see them? Yeah. And I don't know if I've mentioned before, but they don't have tongues. Turtles don't, so they have to go away with it somewhere, as if the fish are going to get it. And he uses water to swallow it whole, so they have to be in water to be able to swallow their food. There we go. Munch that down. Gone. Oh, in one. And then what he does, he goes back, he knows there's more food, so he's like, oh, where was that food? Literally the other way, mate. Come on. There we go, there we go. The Odessa barbs have a little peck at it, but it's too big. There we go. He's so cool. And what I tend to do as well is like, just leave the food and he can sort of hunt for it. At the moment that I've just topped the water up, so there's less sort of flow being pushed around on the surface, but usually they sort of blow around everywhere. It's quite good for him enrichment-wise to be able to go around and hunt it, which is what he's doing now. Look, he's like, I know there's more. There it is. Yeah, so this is Timmy's bog, and basically it's a half-filled aquarium. The back section is packed out with stones, and then just an absolute ton of monstera and peace lilies. You know, they all help with the water quality and everything like that. I did have a mister on his tank as well that may give this nice sort of boggy fog to the surface. But that stopped working now after about 5 years, so I had a good run. I might get another one, but to be honest, it's quite nice seeing the difference, you know, the water surface and everything. You've run out now, buddy. You don't have any more. There's plenty. I feed the Odessa barbs, obviously fish food as well. There are more than 2. I think there's a couple hiding, but these are like 2 males sparring at the moment. Look at that. Look at the colours on them. Crazy. And you have to be careful with what you put in a turtle tank as well. So you can see I've got these nice big stones in the foreground. I mean, they've just come from the back area as Timmy's been climbing in and out, because he can get out and bask and everything as well. But if you have anything that will fit in a turtle's mouth, like small bits of gravel, they will swallow it. Like I say, they're kind of derpy, and they can get impacted in their stomach and cause like massive issues. So yeah, make sure you don't put anything in the tank that that a turtle can swallow, basically. It's very cool. I've always been tempted to get more. If I did get more, they wouldn't be in the same tank. A lot of people say give them buddies. They don't like living close together in numbers. Like, you'd need a much bigger sort of pond style thing for that. I did used to have 2 turtles when I first started the hobby. It's actually how I got in the hobby, by having turtles. I had a male and a female Cumberland slider, and I had them for about 10 years in the end. And then one day I came down and the female had bitten off the genitals of the male. There was blood, there was everything, and that literally, they seemed to be perfectly getting along for 10 years, and then bang, one morning it was like that. So yeah, I euthanized the male because it wasn't a pretty sight, put it that way. So yeah, I always, especially if you're keeping a turtle in a tank like sort of like this size, which is plenty big enough, remember, it's got all the swim room at the front, can get out of the water and go all the way into the back section as well. I can't really see in there at the moment, but yeah. There's plenty of space, especially for a small musk turtle like this. I do at some point want to do something different for him, more like a shallow tank that's like a big square area with an island in the middle and trees coming out like that. That is a plan in the works, but it's going to be a custom aquarium, and currently right now, me and Steph are learning how to make custom aquariums, so hopefully that goes well and we can do something extra special. Next up is a little look at one of my latest projects. So one of the things I enjoy most about the hobby is trying to get a tank to pretty much run on its own, like as little maintenance as possible. I know a lot of people take joy in the maintenance. I take joy in not having to do it and having it balanced. So that's the idea of this tank. So I have done, many ecosystem tanks before, but this one was a little bit different. Usually I go for a style like you can see in this one here, where it's like a little bit of hardscape and flat base to it all with a substrate system, and then I just let the plants go crazy. So it's like its own, I don't know, little world, Again, you don't really do anything. Fish seem to love it. There's like a micro food web and everything. Like I could leave this aquarium for so long and it'd be absolutely fine. But I was going for something a little bit different with this one. You can see there's a lot more structure. Look, we've got way more hardscape in there. We've got a lot more height as well. I mean, you've only got to come to the side here, look, and you can see the system I've put in place has meant that the substrate is banked almost halfway up the aquarium. Yeah, so I wanted to push my boundaries and just see if I can do like a proper high-end looking aquascape, but with minimal maintenance. Now, it looks a little bit fuzzy at the moment because the glass does need a little bit of a clean from that sort of startup phase. You can just see some there. That's the inside. I mean, it's 2 seconds to scrape that off. And, if you've got a lot of plants growing and decent lighting, you're going to get that. But overall, look at this. This is only a few weeks old, really. Just see some shrimp going around there. So it's got, at the moment, a little cleanup crew of shrimp and cories. There we go. Look, there's a male Amano just working away on that crypt leaf, which is actually one of the new leaves that's grown since I planted it. It's already huge. You can see, look, here's the leaves that you put in there that have not been grown on the water. And then the brownness of the others looks really nice. So we've got new leaf at the back, we've got original leaf there, and we've got even more new leaves all growing down in that bottom section as well. So yeah, so far this is actually proving to be a massive success. Look at the background stems, the Siamensis 53B there, all growing to the surface. We've got some really nice coloration going on in the Ludwigia as well. And look, all of the moss is growing in really nicely. It looked a bit rubbish to start with, but under the decent lighting, and a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, look, it's all growing in and giving it all a much more cohesive look. And it's not going to be long before, I do the first trim and replant, which would just pack it out even more. We're almost at the stage as well where I want to put in some really cool feature fish. No idea for this one. I mean, I've taken up a lot of space with the planting and with the hardscape, so it's going to have to be a sort of ecosystem of smaller fish, but I mean, that is my favorite thing to do. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, the shrimp are just great, aren't they? Look, just working away. Good fella. I was hoping to see the cories, but I've only actually got like 6 or 7 in here, I think I got. They're not here at the moment, they're quite shy. They haven't got any dither fish, so when I come to the front, they all scarper to the back. But they're all good. But yeah, you can see, look, massive contrast to this one. Now this is like well over a year old now. Year and 3 months, I would say. You've obviously got all the plants inside the aquarium, but you've got all of these huge monstera and peace lilies coming out of the top as well. So, it's so well established and just looks amazing. Now, even though this tank can sort of run itself, I do still feed the fish. So it's not a closed ecosystem, but I don't mind that. It's fun feeding the fish, isn't it? It's one of the best parts of the hobby, getting to see them all come to the front and, going all around the tank, getting excited. Yeah, I don't keep the stocking high. That's what enables things like this to stay balanced. But just enough for a good bit of interest. This tank could definitely handle more, and it did have a lot more cardinals. I scooped out half of them and put them in a different tank. Yeah, I could probably put double the amount of fish I've got in here, but it's all balanced, it's all nice, so I just kind of let it do its thing. Now, granted, it's not the sort of tank that people are going to want as a display, but in terms of just, kind of like experiment and just letting it do its thing, it's very interesting. Now, perhaps I'm being a bit too harsh on the tank here as a display option. I mean, I'm going by what my wife's like. She likes things all prim, proper and precise. I'm a lot more chaotic. I mean, our tank choices reflect maybe our minds, but one that she would love to have is the one next door that I've just finished. So this is my new Aquaria tank, and I've tried to make it realistic, deliberately gone for dark patches at the side with just that like sunlight, I say sunlight, just a single pendant light coming down the middle as if it's breaking through the trees. There's a female aquaria there, breeding regularly with one of the males, you know, that's in this group. They're all young as well. No doubt as soon as I move them to another tank, they always start breeding like straight away again. So I've just taken them out of another tank. They've left eggs in, so hopefully we get those hatched soon. Yeah, so whilst I was building that tank, I kept all the aquarias in here and they laid eggs that were eggs yesterday. Oh, no, they're not eggs anymore. Can you focus for me? Look at that. Let me switch to manual. We've got wigglers. They are all vibrating like crazy. You might be thinking, why take them out? Why take the aquaria out if they've got babies in here or if they've got eggs about to hatch? Well, all the smaller aquaria you can see there were all fry from this female here. So I've grown them up before out of the tank of the adults completely fine. And previously I've left the adults with the eggs like this and they've been fine with them for a week. You know, they're free swimming and everything. And then I came in one morning and they were all eaten, and that was without anything else in the tank. So this time I'm just going to keep this tank running. It looks dirty, it looks moldy. I had to kind of completely trash it all to be able to get the aquarias out. But there is, there is that guy. I'll have to catch that one because that will probably get the babies. That is a female rainbowfish, dwarf neon. I'm going to catch that in a second. I forgot to get that yesterday. And then I think there's a really good chance in here that these wigglers will actually be able to grow. At least some of them, you know, survive. Because what I do is I feed them with a complete powdered down sort of version of the food. I grind it right up, sprinkle it all in, so it's like the finest of foods in there, and it worked perfectly last time. So I know like baby brine shrimp and things like that are also a good option. I don't have any because I don't focus on breeding, so I don't really have that. But I know that the powdered food worked really well before, so there's no reason why it shouldn't work again. Let's see if we can quickly catch that rainbow. Oh, great. Literally gone to the back. Now that I've got the net out. See if I can shimmy it forward. There it is. Got it. And then into the 8 foot. There we go. The rest of your buddies. All good. And then we can't forget the beautiful chunks here. My royal aquaria. Look, what a specimen. Look at him staring at me. He knows. So aware, such a clever fish. Knows where I am at all times. And never spooked. Look, I can go as close as I want now, he won't move. Look at that. He's like, you what? You want some? You want some? It's not phased at all. We've got some absolutely stunning diamond tetra in here. We've got a special kind of orange lemon tetra as well. Like they're way more vibrant in colour than the usual lemon tetra. And they've got really red eyes. They're great. I mean, not so much that one. That one's got like a thing going on, I think. Maybe it's just got weird colours, I don't know, but it's very territorial. This one looks crazy. I think that one eye's gone a little bit funny, but sometimes that can happen. And I actually spoke to people about that before. Like you get these, sometimes you get a little bit of a deformity in a fish. Say it's got one eye, but it becomes the most dominant out of all of them. But definitely defending that territory, look. Cool, go on, yep. Don't let your lack of eyes stop you. Just trying to view it from the top there. You definitely can't see one way, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's why it's kind of like tilted to the side. We'll see how he gets on, but at the moment, look, you know, seems to be doing okay. Hang in there, buddy. But yeah, here's the good thing. Look at the size of chunks. Look at the size of his mouth. He could go around and easily gobble all of these smaller fish up, but he doesn't. He's just very chill. I said before, I don't know if all royal aquarias are like this, but he is not bothered by any other fish. Look, there's the long fin bristlenose there. He's going to have a look, see? Look, not bothered. Not bothered. Yep, just passing through. You're a good boy, aren't you? Aren't you a good boy? He's starting to wonder now why I'm so close and not feeding him. He does like to go around and sort of like peck at things as well. Look at that, just like, no, that's not food. Well, I'll try somewhere else. I'd like that long fin bristlenose to come out because that is absolutely amazing looking. Come on, pop up the other side. Bet it won't now. Yeah, it's like a dinosaur, dragon or something. Let's put it in. Whoa! Oh, yes. We've also got rusty cories in here. And, oh, look at the fish. Look at them moving. and flash plecos. And what I'm going to do now is just sit here still until I can see them, because they're very observant of where I am. The cories not so much, but the flash plecos, which look great, I want to be able to show them off. I'm just going to sit here. Oh, there's a cory straight away. Hang on. 2 of them. Oh, maybe 3. Oh, look, little group back there. So they're all doing good. Oh, the longfin is just at the back there. It nearly came out. I nearly got it. Oh, where's it gone? Where's it gone? Come on. Come on. Come forward. Come forward. It literally looks like a dinosaur. Oh, come on. Nearly. Oh, yes, flash pleco. Got him. Look at that. Absolute stunner. Really decent size as well. It's quite hard to tell there, but that's about, I'd say, 2 getting on 3 inches, including the tail. And they're like whips at the end. What amazing looking fish it is. It's literally my favourite pleco, I think. Other than that massive long tail bristle nose. I mean, this is more beautiful, but the longfin looks like a dragon. So the idea of the tank was just to try and simulate the something that might be, you know, close to a river for them. Their natural habitat. Loads of leaf litter and stuff at the bottom. Then you've got some plants just growing near the surface right on the banks. And then you've got really big plants growing right at the top of all the trunks. Dark areas that they can go take refuge in, or they can dart across into the sun like you're seeing here. I think it's worked really, really well. Longfin. No, not you. Oh, it was so close. Really nice shot of the flash pleco there, look. Oh, even better from the top view. Look at that beauty. Now let's take a look at some of the nanos. Oh, I've just walked into the tank. Some of the nanos that I've been working on, because I'm getting some amazing results at the moment. So these 2 right here are my most recent setups, and they're doing really well. Not just with growth, but with like all of the shrimp as well, doing so good in them. Like, look at all these guys down here. Just a hive of activity. Now, in certain tanks like this one, I just put everything in. I like all of them, all the mixture of colors. Some people say that eventually you get just browns. Well, I've never found that to be the case. You just keep getting complete mixture of different shrimp. But in this one here, I've got my orange-eyed blue dreams. And why are they called orange-eyed, I hear you ask? Well, there we have it. They've all got orange eyes. And they're very cool. Oh, fantastic news as well. Look at that one. One at the back there, very hard to focus because it's trying to focus. There we go. Absolutely chock-a-block with eggs. And these guys have basically not stopped breeding since I put the first, how many was it? It was about 10 in here, 10 or 11. And now I've got absolutely hundreds. And that hasn't been a long amount of time at all. It's probably the most successful breeding tank for shrimp I've ever had. Even now, look, we've got fresh babies. That thing is absolutely tiny. And I did this amazing thing in another video actually, not too long ago. I'll put some food in now and just watch the activity go nuts. Look at my army of orange-eyed blue dreams. And the orange eye look really does stand out on the males because they don't seem to be as dark, most of them. Oh, we've got so many. And all the way through that whole sort of period there, the time lapse, there's still loads dotted about as well. Oh, I can't see any now, hang on. Yeah, we got some at the top there, grabbed a bit of floating food. I can also see loads in the back as well. Camera can't really pick them up, but yeah, there's just so many in here. And it's really fun. If you've never had shrimp, get them. It's just awesome. And in the tank next door, although it's a new sort of setup, we're already seeing like buried shrimp. This one is buried. Oh, can I get it? There you go, the eggs underneath. It's quite hard to see because they're almost the same color exactly as that shrimp. But yeah, we're gonna have babies in here in no time as well. It's just really fun. I've also got loads more shrimp in this one. We've got orange sakura dotted about. I actually removed a load of the adults in here because it was getting ridiculous, the amount of breeding, and put them into other tanks. And then the same in the tank next door. This one is a mixed one as well. Look, oh yeah, that's a berry shrimp. Look at those eggs ready to go. Keep them coming, guys. Yeah, nice little setup. What's really nice about this is the moss, the side there, look. It's like Christmas trees. Looks like some sort of Japanese mountain. Look at the purling. Look at that lot. There's basically just, there's no CO2 or anything, it's just highlighting fast growing plants. So next up is my Discus tank, and it's a little bit of a love-hate with this one. Fish, absolutely love. Tank, kind of love, sometimes don't, for good reason. Well, sort of good reason. I'm being too harsh, I think. So in terms of the fish themselves, absolutely brilliant. I mean, this is such a really nice group now. They're all so settled. We've got some that are just, you know, way more dominant than others, but you're always going to get that in a group. Like, look at this one here. Look at the head thickness, the genetics, absolutely brilliant. Oh, and if you're thinking, why are the red ones like glowing? Literally, that's what they look like. Basically, we've got the Chihiros lighting on this one, and it, for some reason, always makes reds very, very hard to film. So if I bring the lighting down so the red doesn't look crazy, well, it still looks crazy. The rest don't look like anything, but yeah, there's not really a lot I can do about that. But yeah, the tank itself looks fantastic in terms of plant growth. There's tons of spaces for them to go in and out of, which means that any aggression just gets spread around, which means you don't get any that are like bullied and whatnot. I mean, obviously they're doing a little bit of a dance for us now, but that's because they think they're about to get fed. But the thing that's really annoying is this algae that you can see here. Now it's cladophora, let me turn it up. It's like this horrible wiry stuff that forms in clumps. It's like Marimo balls. And yeah, you can kind of never ever get rid of it unless you use very strong chemicals, which I definitely do not want to do in this tank and risk, you know, hurting the fish. Because at the end of the day, the algae is not hurting them. They literally don't care about it at all. So it feels silly for me to just, you know, risk the lives of them for something so aesthetic that doesn't affect them at all. I mean, in the wild, there's going to be algae everywhere. Look at stir-bys going everywhere. They actually breed in this tank, and the babies grow up as well because there's so much cover for them all down in this sort of planted area. Now, I did debate just taking it all down, restarting again with fresh plants. And I was thinking, well, yes, it's great, you get to make another video, but I could be risking the health of these fish. They're so settled, they're doing so well, and that seems very selfish of me because, like I say, this group is so good. If I was to redo it all again, it might change the hierarchy, you might start getting fish bullied. And I've had these for a good year now, if no longer than a year, because it was before Stefan started with me. Oh, he's not here today, by the way, guys. He's gone away with his wife, so that's why I'm doing this on my own. But yeah, this has been, God, got to be a year and a quarter getting on now. I've had these fish, and they're way bigger than when I first got them. Now, obviously, when they're all at the front of the tank like this, it looks like it's kind of bunched up, but it's not. There's 360 litres of water in here, well, plus 20 from the filter as well, so 380 litres of water. And as you can see, look, it goes all the way back as well. And the fish like plants. A lot of people are like, oh, there's too many plants or something like that. It's like taking up swim room, but that's not really how it works. They kind of go in and amongst everything. Like I say, they're only here now because I'm at the front and they want food. But yeah, absolutely stunning. And I can deal with a little bit of algae. It's not that unsightly. It's quite easy to get in and pick it up as clumps actually, which I've done not too long ago, which is why it's looking half decent. But yeah, nice little magical tank. So this tank here in the middle is a nice little one that I set up not too long ago. It's like a guppy pond. It's got no filter at all. It's basically just got a top area where there's loads of plants growing out from the surface. That combined with the substrate system is just keeping everything so good. Other than a little trim up on the sides there where the pearlweed was encroaching in, I've done nothing to this tank since I set it up. And the fish seem to love it because they're breeding like crazy. As the numbers get more and more, I take guppies out, put them in other tanks and things. But yeah, it's really nice. The red roots I'm really impressed with. The red root floaters have gone very red in here, which surprised me because it's an ADA light and it does tend to give like a weirder sort of, I don't know, a luminous green look to everything. So the fact that reds are going crazy, even above the tank, was a little bit of a surprise. Like, check out the new Echinodorus leaves at the back there. So all the green ones are what was planted and all those dark ones in the middle are all brand new. And it's the same on this side as well. That's not brown or black, that's really dark purple. Amazing. Yeah, I don't normally go for like the high-end gear or anything like that, but I had that light available and I thought, oh, I'll stick it on because it looks really nice above the tank because it's quite aesthetically pleasing, isn't it? And you know, you really do get what you pay for because look at how fantastic all that looks. Oh, and I've got a bit of an experiment going on with the tank next door, which looks horrendous at the moment, but don't worry, this is all part of the process. Basically, I'm running this whole tank, it's a 60 centimetre tank, and I'm running it on this tiny little filter at the top here, little USB one. It's absolutely ridiculously small, look, that's my finger touching it. And I've got a bio CO2 system, and it's just working so good. With any tank, when you start up like this and you know, just leave it to its own devices, high nutrients, high lighting, you're gonna get this algae bloom. And what I tend to do is just let the tank go through it, leave it, and just let everything start growing in amazing. And considering all of these plants were just tiny little stumps a couple of weeks ago, I'd say we're getting good results. They can all be cleaned up so fast with a little clean-up crew, little water change, but I'm just leaving it, just letting it do its thing. I mean, whenever you get hair grass doing that, you know you're gonna be onto a winner. If it wasn't doing that, I'd be worried. The algae's there from strong light, not from the lack of plants growing. And I know that to be true because look at this tank. It was in the same position not too long ago, and it's also got that tiny little filter and some bio CO2. I mean, I just love the fact that you just need that tiny little filter and you can get like results like this. Cheaper light on this one as well. It's cheap light, tiny little filter, bio CO2, full carpet, amazing stems. And it wouldn't be a studio tour, would it, without me showing off my rainbows. Had these for like 3 years now, all tiny little babies with barely any colour when I first got them, and now they're getting amazing. Always got to show off the Bosemani look. I mean, they're all great though in their own ways. Problem with rainbows is when you go in the shop and you first see them, they're not coloured up at all, they're not of a good size, you know what I mean? They look kind of drab in the shop, but if you give them some time and a decent environment, I mean, you can get colours like this. Look at that, it's just on fire. And this isn't even their like most colourful because it's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and when I come in the mornings, their colours are even more. Like the red there on this one is like a vibrant red because that's breeding time. That's that time of the day, it's just for breeding. They're all darting in and out the plants together, flaring, especially the boss over there, the Madagascan. Hello. I should have scraped the glass, shouldn't I? Oh, wow, I've got a lot of green spot algae on here. These fish are actually more HD than are even coming across, but it's good enough, isn't it? You know, I'm giving you realism here, to be fair. I love this. This tank is one of these that I didn't put any fast growing plants in. These are all epiphytes that I've just sort of bunged in, and they just keep growing. And it gets a little bit overcrowded, and I take some of them out and put them in new tanks when I do them, and it just keeps producing for me. It's the tank that keeps on giving. And because of that, I just kind of like to leave it. And I think that's why the rainbows are so settled in here as well. It's because they've got a consistent environment. They're the sort of fish that like don't do well with a lot of change, I've found. Lots of fish I've got that they don't seem to mind at all. You switch things up and they seem to come alive more than anything, like enrichment. But these guys have done really well in here, just keeping it settled, keep feeding them, and they just reward you with these colours. Look, oh my goodness. So nice. Tell you what, let me feed them as well, look. If I put quite a bit in, lots will go in the foreground, and you'll see all the cories come out. We've got some nice big cories in here as well. But I mean, good luck trying to see them all under there at the moment. Like some have fallen down the food to the front there, so they should start to come out in a minute. Hey, right on cue. I've got one of the cories there. The bristlenose has come forward as well. Any more? You gonna see any more? There's skunk cories as well. We'll wait and see though till we see them. They're quite big. Again, they're really old though. I had them even before the rainbows. I've always kept them together because they did quite well. The rainbows are quite funny because they only tend to eat the food that's falling or on the surface. Like look, there's loads of it gone back down on the bottom there. That's why I find it quite important to keep cories with them. But they don't eat it unless it's literally falling in front of them. So I tend to do a couple of sprinkles. I normally do less food per sprinkle. I normally do less food per sprinkle, just to make sure that they catch it all before it falls to the bottom. And then the last one I do a little bit more, just for any bottom feeders as well. Just saw one of the skunks. I missed it. Pleco there, but it went round the back. It's literally not coming forwards because I'm stood here. I'm going to try and hide away for a bit. I'll come back to it. Oh look, because I'm stood here, and I've not given them more food. They're all actually going to the bottom now, some of the rainbows, and feeding off the bottom. They don't normally do that. Well, not that I see anyway. And over here is actually a really nice section of the studio as well. Completely contrasting tanks, which is cool. We've got like a hardscape only. There's a couple of plants in there at the moment just because they're waiting for new homes. But this one is an interesting tank. So this was originally set up as, you know, a full carpet of glossostigma, which it still is, of course. And then it had all the red plants in the back covering the whole background section. Looked absolutely insane. And then it became a bit of a farming tank for reds for me. So I kept trimming them, taking them, you know, out and using them in other scapes. And then eventually I was like, well, I know this tank grows plants so well, so any trimmings I've got of any plants now, I just take the tops off and just plug them in, and they just continue growing so nicely. Also, if I want to do a tank that needs a glossostigma carpet, and I just take a plug out, like you can see there's a section there missing, just plug a load out, and then I've got a whole load just to split up into sections, place into other tanks, and you know, it's just, it's the gift that keeps on giving, this tank, honestly. We've got those emperor tetras in there as well, look. They are very nice. Way bigger again than when I first got them. Colours are popping crazy now. And emperor tetras are quite boisterous, but they don't seem to mind guppies or cardinals. I don't know why, but I've noticed that they're quite aggressive with any other fish in there. Did have some pearl gouramis in here with them, and I took them all out. I think there's still one that keeps hiding, but I took the rest out and took them to my home tank because, yeah, they didn't get along, which is weird. Everything else fine. Maybe the pearl gouramis were just a little bit too big and felt a bit threatening to the emperor tetras, which are basically like little piranhas. Oh yeah, and there's one Colombian, look, and that's purely because this one got in here when it was a teeny tiny microscopic baby before I'd had any other fish in here, and I thought, you know what, he's earned his place. He seems to be absolutely fine and enjoys it. But yeah, the tank is so well established now, it's just on autopilot. It's got CO2 in it, always has done. It's the only one that's got a proper CO2 system in the whole studio though. The other two you've seen that are bio CO2, which is very cheap, and yeah, I just done that because it was very easy to do. If you want to go for a full-on thick, dense planted tank, you know, with the stems that are so compact together, then you do sort of need CO2 for that look. You can do it without. It's very tricky though, because you need high lighting and still not get algae. It's quite easy to get plants to grow fast and get algae. And then next door to it, look, we have got my Mbuna. Look at this. Completely different look and kind of tank to my other styles, you know. Heavily planted. The other ones, I was going to say heavily hardscaped, as if this one isn't. Obviously the rocks are hardscape. But my idea with this one was keep everything kind of plain, just because the colours of the fish are more than enough. And it really does work well. These are piggies. Such piggies. But yeah, I've already fed them once, haven't I, in this video, so we don't need to see that. But yeah, really cool. And one little tip as well, if you want to keep Mbuna and you want to make sure that your substrate stays nice, get these fish here, Cynodontis catfish. They are constantly upturning everything. Not pleco. The pleco is good for the rocks, because you do want a bit of algae on the rocks, don't you? Because it looks really authentic. But they keep it like at bay, so it's more like a staining than a covering. But the Cynodontis is behind it. It's like mini sharks. Well, they go around and they stir up all of the sand, and that kind of makes it like not get compacted. It doesn't get any like dirty pockets. They're constantly wafting any detritus up into the water column as well, which means, look, barely any flow actually on this tank, but yeah, not a lot of crud everywhere. Now the fish do breed. They breed lots, but I never see any of the babies grow up. So for instance, you can see down there, they're doing something in that little cave there. See, there's probably a mama popping out. It might be protecting babies, might be pregnant, might be getting ready to give birth. But I have seen a couple of babies around these rocks before, but what with all the other fish in there and the Cynodontis, I think they just get sucked up pretty quickly. But yeah, it's a good amount in here. I did have more, I lost a couple. And the whole time I've had these fish, I've only lost a couple, so that's pretty good going. And they were very much smaller than the rest of them. We seem to have like a decent hierarchy going on now, and a decent balance of sizes. There's plenty of places for them all to hide. It's actually a really nice tank. I actually quite like the green there. Steph did that. He took them out of other tank. He went, I'm just going to dump them in with the Mbunas. And I was like, yeah, go for it. They'd never mind if there's any sort of duckweed or anything like that on them. They eat it all off, which is quite nice. But it looks quite nice at that side there. Just a little hint of green. Might keep those there. Yeah, lovely tank. So just like the Mbuna, this is my Lake Tanganyika tank. So these are all from a different lake in Africa. Mbuna is obviously not the same, but they kind of like rock work in a similar way, because obviously all the lakes around there are like that. We've got different species in here. We've got Ballii, which is that one at the back there with the red. That's a female, and the males are currently, where's the male? Oh, there's one male. I just saw him go around the back there. Okay, so we've got some great colours and some of the other species. I'll put the species names up on the screen because I'm really bad at pronouncing them. But I mean, look at the coloration of some of them. Absolutely gorgeous. I've never been good with naming of these. There's so many different species. It's very difficult unless you work in a fish shop and order them every week to remember everything. Right there, look, it's one of the big male Ballii. Just stand back because I just scraped the glass a little bit. It wasn't too bad at all, but I just wanted it crystal clear for you because I realised I'd forgotten some of the other tanks. But yeah, basically what we've got here is a load of rock work underneath, and then as you come up past the tank, look, we've got this absolute mass of peace lilies. We've even got a nice flower there as well, look. But all of this you're seeing here was 3 or 4 tiny little plants when I first got them, and obviously they suck all of the nitrates out of the water column, and they just keep growing and growing and growing. And look at the health of the leaves. Look, just look absolutely perfect, don't they? Anyway, let's see if we can get our male Ballii to come out, because they're very, very much worth looking at. See a little tap. These guys know the tap means food. Look at them going crazy. So I've got several Ballii males. They usually come to the front, but they're being a little bit shy. I don't know why. It's literally because, oh, here comes a male now. Oh, right in the middle there. Normally more coloured up. But it's been hiding. I've freaked it out a bit. Look, there it is. And there's another one. There's 2 males there now. Yeah, their colours are dulled a bit because I freaked them out and they've been in the shade. But hopefully now they'll come out a bit more. Look at how fast these fish eat. It's ridiculous. Boom. Oh, there we go. The colours are coming back now. So it's got purple. It's got the bright orange all up the side. Absolute boss of the tank, and that really nice, bright, vibrant white on the dorsal fin. Oh, there's 2 of them. See, this was one as well. Not quite as vibrant coloration, but bigger size. You know, it tends to be the colours is the more dominant, and I don't feed these fish like colour-enhancing foods like lots of people do. I just like the natural colours. Obviously, I just use the pellet, but they just look great anyway. I don't feel the need to mess with things, but look at that. It's a great tank. Again, another one that requires no maintenance apart from the odd little wipe of the glass, which is to be expected. We've got 2 big bulbs blaring down on the front of it. But yeah, nice simple scape. I actually love it. And then we've got a Nubius just along the top there to give refuge, but also allow the green to go into the green above. Otherwise, it's just like a block of green and then nothing. I think it transitions quite well. We've got some nice algae on the rock there as well. It's quite funny, in a planted tank, if you see algae, you're like, no algae. But when you're doing like hardscape owning tanks sort of in this style, it just looks really, really cool. We also got the Cynodontis catfish in here as well, because I felt there was a few too many in the other tank. And I know what a good job they do of like sifting through the sand and that. So again, look at how clean and good the sand is here. I have never, ever cleaned it. And that's just from it getting turned up. And then the filter takes away any of the waste. Oh, it's so nice. It's a cool tank. So there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've shown you all of my best tanks in the studio. If you have, give us a like and a subscribe. It really helps. And hopefully you've enjoyed it enough to come back and look at some more videos or go back through some of the other ones. We've got so many videos now. I'm approaching 1,000 videos. So yeah, a lot to choose from. Everything you've seen on the video as well has like its own full build video. You know, just in case you're wondering, well, how did we get to that point? Every single one, if you look it up or go through the lists in videos on my channel page, you'll find it eventually, especially if you've just seen it, because it'll be quite recent, you know, over the last, I don't know, 20 videos or so. So yeah, if you're interested in how to make each one of these, you can find it there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you on the next one.